Good morning. You guys get fresh-faced, like, morning, Angie, this morning. So we traveled yesterday. We are back home in Canada. If you see trucks going by, we are in full-blown construction, which also I kind of love that we're doing this live. It's very unfiltered. It's very real. It's very raw. Apparently we're loving the unfiltered words as well, which I love. So I'm going to hop in the group so that I'm in here with you guys and I can see all your comments. How is everybody doing? So day 3, this is where we're going to start. Oh, you see, I can't see construction. That was not planned, but I was like, they're going to see it. So it is what it is. It's like happening all around. And I went and visited the chipmunks this morning, went for a little walk. I am not having coffee. I'm doing this to start, lemon and sea salt in here. And I'm following my glow up. I'm following my dopamine detox. Oh, and one note that I wanted to say is headed into, I mean, if you're watching this real time, obviously, today's a Friday, we're headed into the weekend. You know, use the weekend to like reset, re-prep, reestablish some goals, and just, that's what I do. I don't see weekends as like a moment of weakness or failure. I see them as a chance to reset and to recalibrate everything. So that's what I would suggest for you guys. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So let me make sure that I can see all of your check-ins. And oh, did everybody fill out their commitment form as well? How are you guys doing? I love when I can see on here, I can't see anything. On the computer, I can. Connie and Jacqueline and Carol and Laura, how are you guys doing? I'm so excited. Okay, so today, I was going to say yesterday was an emotional one. Every day is going to have a lot of thoughts. It might dig some stuff out of you, and every day I'll do my best to give a heads up. Some days it's going to be like, I'm hopping on live right now because we got to go get our puppet dog. But some days I'll give you like an hour heads up. So the important thing is that you show up even if you're rewatching the recording or whenever it works for you. So today we're kind of going to shift gears and still go through 3 things. It's going to be a little bit faster because I think thing 3 is the one that's going to be a little bit of an uppercut in the best way. So I feel like this entire series is really a heavy dose of tough love to get your life together, literally to get your shit together, to get your ish together. So one thing that I wanted to start with, and this would be, it's not really anything you have to do, it's just to think about. I think that often we kind of live in this circle of this like Tasmanian devil spiral of our own shit in our own life and we're so focused on, and we almost play this victim of like, why me? Why did this happen to me? I have so much on my plate, X, Y, and Z. And we have this story that we say to ourselves over and over and over again. And it's never, the point of this is never to discredit that we are going through stuff. The point of it is more to acknowledge and to maybe soften the fact that, Rebecca, you sure you want to join me on video? Whenever I get those notifications, like if I ever accepted it, people would have heart attacks. Whenever I do, pause and recognize that someone else probably has their own level of ish that they're going through or their own problems or trials. And it's not even to make you feel better with that either. It's not to discredit that you're going through something. It's not to make you feel better. It's just to acknowledge that we're not alone. Like we all have stuff. Some days it's more difficult than others. Some days it comes all in one shot. But everybody is dealing with stuff. Some people deal with it very quietly and we would never know. Some people deal with it very loudly and we do know. But the point is, you're not alone. You're not the unlucky one. Your life isn't cursed. You don't have more problems than somebody else. And I think if you can remember that and just bring it back to what you do have in your life that you've once upon wished for, that you now have, I think that can ground you so much. And I once was told you can't be angry or anxious at the same time of being grateful or happy. You can't. It's literally impossible. If you try and be pissed off and you think about what you're grateful for, like truly what you're grateful for, you can't, your mind cannot do both at the same time. So bringing it back to gratitude for what you do have and just knowing that you're not alone. And to me, that helps me so much. And that's why we created this group. So that if you do have something that you're like, I saw the post, it was just approved this morning. And by the way, I get DMs about this all the time. It is not me that approves and disapproves. We actually have like a methodical way of doing it. So if something does not get approved to the group, either it was missed, that can happen. So if you're really upset about it, send us a DM, we've got you. But usually what we do is there's like a set of 5 credentials for the group of example, keep it light and positive, keep it relevant. So if it's a picture of your dog, well, we love your dog, we want relevance to the group so that everybody's posts can help each other out and that you're here for support. So hopefully that makes sense, but it is not me. Do not come for me. And we work really, really, really hard to keep this group not only positive and uplifting and relevant, but to help inspire and motivate you. And especially with this month happening, it's like it is like your day. Yeah, I didn't even brush my hair. I washed it last night whenever we got home, and so you're getting real, raw, unfiltered Angie, which I kind of love. So all that to say, the point of this group is that you're not alone. You have the support and the family and friends that you might be, needing in the real world, which is why we created this, our cozy little corner for October. I'm speaking about this group. There's not many other groups. So it's number 2. So that's number 1. I just want you to know you're not alone in your emotions and your feelings and what you're going through. You're not alone. Number 2, if you are feeling lost, I just figured that today with this, I could share a little touch of my own story. And I've had this, and like, raise your hand if you've had this, where you're just like, I'm so lost. Like, I don't know what the next step is in life. I don't know which direction to go in. And I always come back to this scene. Okay, the Disney lovers will understand. If you're not a Disney lover, I'm so sorry, or watch the movie. But in Frozen 2, it's such a sad scene, but whenever she's like, just do the next right thing, just do one thing, like do 0.1% of the thing, and you'll start moving forward. So I always go back to that. It's like, just try and progress in a way that makes you happy. And I have been slapped across the face with this multiple times in my life. And for years and years and years, like for the past, I would say 12 years, I've said to Andre, I would never wish that to my worst enemy of what happened to me and I don't talk about it that much, but it's, it's out there, that I graduated with a degree in architecture and I just hit I might as well have hit a brick wall. Like, I did not know how to continue. I didn't know what the next step was. I was so lost. I think I purposefully, we've all been there. I purposefully did not pursue a career, almost like self-sabotage. I feel like we all have done that in our life, but it was this weird thing where I was almost like self-stopping myself. And I just remember one day, and I lacked so much focus, and I was just very frustrated. Like, I did not know what I wanted to do. And I think that it was the biggest blessing that I stopped myself. And I wanted to say that to you guys, because sometimes you can be going through and you're like, I'm so lost. And I think it's like beyond ourselves. It's like just like your body knows when something's wrong, I think your mind knows when it's like, we're going to stop right here and we're going to think about this, because I think we might be rushing this and there might be a better path. So anytime that there's a problem or a halt or you feel lost, I really think that it is meant to be. Like, you're processing it and there might be a better path waiting for you. And there was for me. It was incredibly frustrating. And I said for years I would not wish that upon anybody, but I would, because I would have been miserable working in the career that I was supposed to be working in. And I ended up finding something else. It took a long time and a lot of soul searching. And it's funny, not that funny, but funny that I feel like I went through that in the very recent past with what's the progress of like me as a brand, as with YouTube, and to let go of an entire YouTube channel with like 380 some thousand people, and just to walk away from that. It was a weird decision, but it was the right decision. And it's a small thing, but to still have that feeling of heaviness and feeling lost and just, not knowing what the next right step is, my answer is just do the next right, like a little thing, like a little thing that feels good, and you'll start to, I think, be guided in the right path. So all that to say, if you are lost, you're so not alone. I have had days, like I said, like years ago, whenever I was searching for a job, I would lack so much focus that I would lock myself in the bathroom and sit on the floor and try and sketch or write out, because I'm very visual. I would write or sketch, what do you want? Like, where are we doing with our lives? And I would cry, and I would be like, I don't know what the next right step is. And I would just try and do one little thing, and that would lead to the next thing. And then one little thing, and that. So if you are lost, and you know what, this today, like hanging out, this could be what we need together to feel less lost. So the third thing of today's daily grind and the third focus is, you're probably carrying a lot of, this is how hard my life is, this is what I'm going through, this is the shit that is happening right now, and you might be on a hamster wheel. Like, we all have a different, basically, backpack that we're carrying with these heavy rocks and these heavy burdens of things that either we worry about, we think about from the past, we're thinking about from the future. And I'm going to give a shout out to the women, because sometimes we fit a lot more rocks into our backpack. And my mom used to always tell me, she's like, men, I don't think that their brain would be able to go at the speed. And one day I want to be a dude. And that being said, the hubbies, they manage a lot. They deal with a lot. But I think the attention to detail of the women, we got to give ourselves credit, because our brain goes a mile a freaking minute. It's like a scientific fact that our brain goes very, very fast. So we're carrying a lot of these giant, I was going to say shitty rocks, like just a bunch of ish in and you have this weight on you all day long, every single day, of just things that have happened in the past, things that you wish you would have done differently, scenarios that you replay in your mind, things coming up. A lot of us are probably already thinking about Thanksgiving, holidays, like we're already trying to plan that, trying to juggle stuff with family members, trying difficult situations and try to navigate that, work stuff. It's difficult. So I want you to think about it visually. And if you can, and if you want to write it in here and share it, you can. I would suggest doing that. But if you were to think of, like, let's say like 3 to 5 things that are in your backpack, and you think about how heavy those things are from, I knew I had a popcorn kernel stuck in my tooth. Sorry. Raw unfiltered Angie. It was bothering me. I was like, I know that there's something there and I don't want to choke on it. So whatever those big things are, whether it's bills that you have to pay, or worrying about someone's health or your own health, or worrying about a very demanding person in your life, or a crappy friendship that you know that you should have let go of years ago, or a toxic family member, these are things that a lot of people deal with. It could be a job or a boss that is just like, you're not happy in that situation. It could be an unsupportive spouse. It can be a way that you're I feel like the introverts will understand, a way that you handle the situation that you're like, I shouldn't have dealt with it like that, and that you're just like rethinking it. So if you were to think about 3 to 5 things present day, like today, that you're like, you can't get out of your mind, and you're like, this is so heavy and this weighs me down, and I'm just stuck in this like cycle of thinking about all of this crap. If you were to write down those 3 to 5 things in the comments, and just write like maybe on a scale for each, like how, like, would it be a light, like would it be a small rock, would it be a medium rock, would it be a big ass rock that you're like, this is really weighing me down, and just say like light, medium, heavy. So it can be like 3 to 5 things, and just bare your soul in the comments. But what are some things that are in the backpack that are freaking heavy that you carry? And I think, just at least for today, what if we just list the things and we put the motherfucking backpack down? Can we please? Because I just think that if you don't have to do it all month, but just for today, and it's a Friday, so it's perfect. But if you were to be like, you know what, we're not answering the phone calls, we're not answering the text messages, we are putting the backpack down. We're gonna take a breather, at least from the perspective of it going on in your mind. Listen, we can don't ignore anybody, still do your job. I'm not telling you to quit your job today, but I am saying to maybe just protect your peace today, and just within this space of your bubble and this space of us, that you could just put the backpack down. So first list it. I'm sorry, Monica, but first list it and get it out on paper and write it in the comments, because other people might, oh my gosh, you know what we could do? I'll do it with you. Do you want to do it? Are you near somewhere where there's rocks? Because I'm near somewhere where there's rocks. And you could line up. I'm going to do this with you guys. We could line up like the 5 rocks and get a Sharpie and write what the shit is on each rock and put to the size, and then throw it off the damn cliff. Find a cliff. I have a cliff. It's perfect. You could find a road. Throw it. Well, don't hit any cars, but throw it somewhere far away. like get it off your property or throw it off a belt. Just please don't hurt anybody. Just be mindful of your surroundings. But you could physically do this as well. And I want you, before you toss them, to hold on to all 3 or 5 of them and show yourself how freaking heavy it is. Do you guys want to do that? I'll take a little video later of me doing that. I don't know what I'm going to write out on them. I'll probably start crying with you, but I really want you, Jennifer, that's it. Okay, yes, I love this. Like how heavy each thing is. Okay, I'll do that with you guys later. So that's going to be your homework. So just know you're not alone. You have this group. Everybody, I just put a disclaimer, okay? Don't hit anybody with the rocks. Don't hurt anybody with the rocks. And write out and if you do, like Kelly, if it's, and this is a safe zone, but if there is something, like, get specific. Is it kids? Is it a mother-in-law? Is it a grandparent? Is it like that you're worried? Is it that they're draining? Is that, like, what is it specifically? Because we've got you. And that's what I was going to say is if you feel like you want to share it in this group, there's probably a bunch of other people in the group that are like, that's happening to me as well. And you might feel less alone. It's not, and I hope that it never comes off, and I don't think it would, because you guys are so positive and like, you're like, I'm going through this, but we can figure it out. It's never supposed to be like a complaining fest of like, oh yeah, this is terrible. It's more just like, you're not alone. And it helps so much. I want to share a really cute story with you guys. So we went to a very, I don't think she would mind if I shared. I'll just tell you. So we went to Gwendolyn's birthday party. You guys know Cake Bake, how I always go to Cake Bake. So Gwendolyn is the business owner. She founded it. She's the founder. She's the owner. I always look at her and the way that she has run multiple establishments and created a huge brand and raised children and has a great marriage and all this stuff. And I always say, and I said this in her, so we all did like a little toast to Gwen at her birthday. And I told her that, and I said, I always look to you and to what you're doing. And she made me feel, and it might help all of you guys too. It sometimes helps to see someone that you just think that they're perfect and that they don't struggle, for them to say, no, I have the exact same struggles and the same hangups as you do. So whenever I did my little toast to her and I told her that, she said, Angie, I watched I don't know which video she was talking about. I think it was probably like the first video on my new channel. And she said, it made me cry, because she said, like, I go through exactly what you're going through with, opinions and people saying stuff. And she said, you do it very well. And you made me cry. And I was like, well, it made me feel great. Cause I was like, okay, well, I'm not alone. And that's the point of this group, is that you're not alone. Oh, I love that you guys can have a little conversation in the comments. I'm already seeing stuff. I feel like Geraldine is gonna have like a bunch of girls being like, we've got you, don't worry. Can we go give her some love, please? Because I feel like it's like we're gonna ride at dawn together. So yeah, everybody has their ish. Everybody has some very big things that they're carrying on their back every single day. And if you're feeling lost, it could just be a season that you need to pivot a little bit, and it can get so much better. So today, I think the goal is empty the backpack, figure out what's in the backpack, how heavy each of the things are, share it. And I love you guys so much. And I'm excited to go throw some rocks off of my cliff. It's going to be fantastic. I'll see you guys later. And hopefully today hit home for you guys. I love you so much. Bye, dudes.